tend to agree with you. I think as we get older, we are a little more cautious.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not going to put myself at risk. I think there's two things there that you've both said. And one is that we don't have children hanging off us anymore. So we don't have to be in a rush to get anywhere and entertain them. And we can do what we want when we want.
Miss the cultural stuff because they don't want to see it.
Yeah, exactly. Now we can kind of go, okay, well, I actually really want to see those museums and those churches and whatever it is that they didn't like. And also, I'm with you, Joe. Those long flights in economy, oh my God, I wake up with a bad back and a sore knee. And I look like I've gone and done like 10 rounds with Mike Tyson by the time I get off the plane. I look awful.
I feel like I'd rather go away once every 2 or 3 years and do
it properly.
Go away every year and do economy. I'm at that stage of my life, and my husband's a bit the same. And, you know, I mean, budget is a huge thing in travel. And when you talk about fast travel and slow travel and young people and old people, like when we were younger, we had no money, but that didn't stop us. We got the cheapest flight, we stayed in the cheapest hostels, we took all the risks, you know, and we...
My thing is we've done that, right? We've done our many years of economy travel, 20 hours, right, in the old days to Europe.
Yeah.
You know, just about non-stop. We did that.
Welcome to the Truly Expat Travel Podcast. I'm your host, Paula, and this is Season 2. On Season 1, I talked to expats about their favourite holiday destination. On Season 2, I'll be doing things very differently. I'll be chatting to expats about where they currently live, why they chose that destination, all those secret hidden gems that only locals know, you know, like favourite restaurants, best neighbourhoods, things that tourists don't.
Welcome back to the Truly Expat Travel Podcast. My name's Paula, I'm your host, and today I have two of my friends, but you will have recognized their voices if you're listening or their faces if you're watching, because both of them have been on previous episodes. Deborah spoke about Bruges at Christmas time, and Joe spoke about Morocco, who, I tell you what, my hat's out to her because of her, I just went to Morocco and I've got a girls' trip planned. So yeah, I'm excited to chat to these two women. They both were expats in Singapore when I was there. I can say that now because I've officially left Singapore. And today we're doing something a little bit different. We aren't talking about destination. What we're doing is we're going to talk to you. It's a panel about a recent topic. Let's kind of get started and let's get stuck into it. Firstly, I'm going to, so as you're both empty nesters, so we're all at a different stage. We're all at the same stage, I should say, of our lives. Our children have moved out. So I guess our travel style's a little bit different for those who are in their 20s, 30s, 40s or whatever. And so let's talk about slow travel for empty nesters. The big industry stories right now are slow travel and travel while you can. Both assume everyone has the same freedom. So how differently are you actually traveling right now, and what advice would you give each other life stage gap? So who would like to go first? Deborah?
I'm in a situation because of my children got stuck here during COVID, so I'm only just now able to set them up properly as adults back home. So a lot of my travel has been back there to sort a lot of stuff out for them. I've only just started the last 12 months getting back into my style of travel, which is doing what I want to do or traveling with my husband. But I have been traveling more solo than I used to do, which is awesome. I do love that because that's something you couldn't do at a previous life stage. And to me, that's what I call slow travel, because I get to go where I want to go, see what I want to see, and I have no real time constraints to come back in a hurry. Not that I stay for a long time anyway.
Yeah. What about you, Joe?
I think the way we're going to travel in the future is probably going to be a bit different. Firstly, because we're in Australia, so it's a lot further away to go to places, especially at the moment with the business class travel, the way how expensive it is. And to be honest, at the age I'm at with my knees, etc., I don't love doing economy travel anymore. Like, I will do it if I have to, but, you know, and I have done it a lot in my life.
Yeah.
But I'm not that keen to do it now as a 60 plus kind of woman. And so I think a lot of our travel is actually going to be more local now, which we have always said that we would do as we got older. Like, so we've done very little in Australia. My husband's from Scotland, so we're really, really quite excited actually to see a lot more in Australia. But in saying that, when he retires in a couple of years, I would say we probably still will go away once a year, Europe or somewhere. But we actually had a big conversation the other day about what sort of travel we want to do, my husband and I, and how things are changing.
Okay.
And actually, the thing that we had in common, which I don't know if it's with other people, but sort of the most important thing that we want to do is be safe when we travel. And I think when you're younger, you're way more prepared to take risks. You're way more prepared to not be that bothered if you feel unsafe, like as in like if you're going to get mugged or something like that. But my husband and I are just not interested in that now. So like our last trip to France, we didn't go to Marseille or Paris or any of those places. We stuck to small country towns, villages where we felt completely safe, really enjoyed it. And so my probably love of going to big scary cities, I think I did that when I was younger, and I feel like that's kind of, I've been there and done that. I want to go somewhere in Asia or somewhere where I feel safe.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I think as we get older, we are a little more cautious.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not going to put myself at risk. I think there's two things there that you both said. And one is that we don't have children hanging off us anymore. So we don't have to be in a rush to get anywhere and entertain them. And we can do what we want when we
Miss the
want.
cultural stuff because they don't want to see it.
Yeah, exactly. Now we can kind of go, okay, well, I actually really want to see those museums and those churches and whatever it is that they didn't like. And also, I'm with you, Joe. Those long flights in economy, oh my God, I honestly, I wake up with a bad back and a sore knee. And I look like I've gone and done like 10 rounds with Mike Tyson by the time I get off the plane. I look awful.
I feel like I'd rather go away once every 2 or 3 years and do business
and do it
than go
properly.
away every year and do economy. I'm at that stage of my life, and my husband's a bit the same. And, I think budget is a huge thing in travel. And when you talk about fast travel and slow travel and young people and old people, like when we were younger, we had no money, but that didn't stop us. We got the cheapest flight. We stayed in the cheapest hostels. We took all the risks, and we.
My thing is, we've done that, right? We've done our many years of economy travel, 20 hours, right, in the old days to Europe.
Yeah.
Just about non-stop. We did that. Now that
100%.
we have more disposable income, why can't we travel more comfortably?
Yeah.
Without the
and
guilt.
if I do it every now and again, I think that's preferable to me than going away like every 3 months or something. Like, and particularly when my husband retires, I think we'll probably just do one like big sort of 1 or 2 month trip, go over somewhere and just stay somewhere for a month or two. I think that's what we're thinking of doing, which is very different to what we did in the past when you only had 4 weeks holiday a year. So you were trying to squeeze in like quick holidays over long weekends and stuff like that. Like, I'm very happy now just to go to a little bed and breakfast with an open fire and a glass of wine and my dog by my feet, for those weeks.
Yeah.
I don't need to be on a sun lounger somewhere like that's just, or in a church somewhere or something like that. I just don't need to do that at the moment in my, where I'm at. Yeah.
I do think, like, I guess I'm a little bit different just because this is my life. This is what I do. And I still have those days where I still really love to go out and do 1,000 things, but still just in one place. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm okay to go, not so much bungee jumping, but I'm okay to go off and do something really wild and crazy, but I need 3 days to recover.
Yeah.
I can't just get on a plane the next morning and jump off and, and I can't go to bed at midnight anymore and get up at 5 o'clock to go and catch an early morning flight. It's just, it's not in my makeup, and I'm grumpy and I'm awful. I don't get my sleep.
Yeah. I think that's the thing. Like, as you get older, the slow travel is you do want to just go to one place. Like, I remember a couple of years ago, actually before COVID, we had 2 weeks with my kids in Europe. And I actually said, like, obviously young adults, and I said to them, well, we've got 2 options. I'll plan it. I said, we've got 2 weeks. So we can either go to, say, 2 countries, and just do them really well, or we can do a whistle stop tour and just see everything. And they both immediately came back with, we want whistle stop, we want to see everything. It was like a 1-2 night, like, get up, go up at 7, like see 3 things in a day. Like, it was that, but we still say it was one of the best trips. But I wouldn't choose to do that now. I would choose to just go to one city, spend 4 or 5 days there. That's the way I want to travel now, which is very different, I think, to how both I was when I was younger and my kids are. Like, they to see everything and like get up and spend 12, 15 hours walking around and, then
Yeah.
move on to the next place.
Yeah, because I do also think that we've seen a lot already. So we really want to deep dive into a destination rather than ticking off, I've done 55 countries this, now it's more like, okay, yeah, sure, I've been to Barcelona 5 times, but I want to see it again because I haven't seen this part, I haven't seen that
Yeah.
part. It's just
But I'm with
different.
Joe. I get the big city thing. Most of us have been to the big cities. I'm not fussed on returning again and again and again to Paris. Paris might be amazing. Doesn't mean I want to go back again. And I
Yeah.
probably will, but I would like to stay somewhere out of the city. I'd like to see small. I love places like the countryside in France and the countryside in Germany because they're just some amazing old towns in the middle of
And you don't
nowhere.
constantly worried that, someone's going to pickpocket you or try and scam you on a
That's
taxi
right.
ride.
You don't have
All
to
that
queue
stress.
up to get a coffee,
Exactly. Just all the stress that comes, which is exciting when you're in your 20s and 30s, that's part of travel, but when you're sort of slowing down a bit, you just don't want to have to think, am I being ripped off today? How many ways? Like, I think
Yeah.
that's a bit negative, but I mean, we just had the most beautiful trip in country France and would go back again tomorrow and never felt unsafe. Whereas, the last couple of times we've been to New York or Rome or Paris or somewhere, like, I don't know, I've just felt like every time I'm on a train or something, I'm like grabbing onto my bag and, it's just not a way to feel. So, but you don't want to sort of just be negative in your travel, but that's kind of just, I think when you go on holiday, you want to be relaxed, so.
Absolutely. And I'm at the stage now I want to see more. I want to see stuff I haven't seen before. I don't want to keep returning to a country or a city just because I like it. I want to see more while I can.
Yeah. And I also don't want to just tick off, okay, I've seen the Eiffel Tower. I've seen, I actually want to go and say, okay, did you know I found this beautiful little cafe and blah, blah, blah. And, that's the way I like to travel,
I love that. Yep.
And I
Yeah.
always get teased for people watching that. My family call me a meerkat because I'm literally like at a coffee shop going, and I like fashion and like, just people watching. And so I could be very happy just sitting in a cafe for a couple of hours just doing that. Like that would be like really, really fun for me, like rather than sitting on a beach. I don't know. Just that's not really grabbing.
I have to say, my husband and I have a new style of travel I've noticed the last couple of years. When we go somewhere, we look for the oldest pub, the oldest cafe, the oldest, just to be able to sit amongst that history now and relax, and enjoy a drink or a coffee and take in, where you are, how amazing it is, rather than, oh, look, I'm here because everyone said I've got to go here. I just
because that is the one thing I'm in two minds about, right? Is because I love the fact that I can go on social media and see this cute little thing that's, oh my God, it looks beautiful. But the problem I have is that, okay, I've gone on social media, so has 55,000 other people and seen this cafe now. And that's, I'm in two minds because in my job, I do this myself, but I find something and I want to share it with all my community, but then I'm like, oh, it's kind of spoils it because then there's a line down the road,
Have you heard what's happening in Gerringong?
I was just going to say,
it's a beautiful beach called I think it's 7 Mile Beach in Gerringong. And there's a street that goes down and I've been there years ago. And now it's become a social media haven and there are thousands of people there every day. The locals have had enough.
Yeah. I was going to say that also leads into what I was going to also say about travel as you get older is I would say a good 80% of our travel now is really led by friends. So go see friends, like if a friend suddenly moves to like Copenhagen, for example, which happened a couple of years ago, that's led my desire to go to Copenhagen because my friend lives there and I want to go and spend some time with those friends. And you also know that by living there, they know like all the cafes,
area. That's right.
they know what to see, they know where to go for the best whatever food is in that area. And I would say, like, I've got 2 trips just planned this year, one to Adelaide and one to Sydney, nothing very exciting, except both of those trips are led by people. I wouldn't be going if it wasn't for the people. So I would say that, and next year we're going to Scotland for a wedding, again, led by the people. We probably will go off and do something else, but we wouldn't be going unless there was a wedding. So for me, I feel like at this phase of my life, a lot of it is led by people either arranging to go with friends or going to meet friends in where they're living now, which I think as an expat, that's one of the things we're so lucky about. Got friends all over the world now, so we're just so lucky.
Yeah.
I do agree. And you're perfectly right. I only came to Melbourne to have you to go to your birthday, which was fabulous because I love that area. We went and had
Oh,
the
isn't
next
it
day I went and had.
amazing? Oh my
Isn't it
God, I
beautiful?
fell in love
It
with
is.
it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I can't wait to come back, Joe.
Yes.
I
So
know.
for
You have
those,
to come down. You have to come and see
I
me.
will.
Look,
My
I'm
daughter just bought a new
like,
look
car,
at
so
that.
yeah.
Isn't it
gorgeous.
beautiful?
I'm just
It is
standing
beautiful.
out here because I think I get better reception out here for some reason. So I'm just
Yeah.
standing here.
It's pretty
It
good.
does look like is it gonna rain there? Does
It's
it
a
look like
bit
it's gonna-
sunny. Yeah, it's not exactly sunny, but yeah. Oh, and here's my puppy. Do you want to see my puppy?
Yes,
Oh
please.
my gosh. Oh my
Joe
God.
just got a new puppy.
Oh,
That's
it's
so
cute.
cute.
You're gonna
And
look at
you
us.
named
You're gonna eat
him?
the plants. Here we are. Come up here.
He's got the best name. What did you name him, Joe?
Haggis. Very.
Haggis.
It's very cool for a Scottish.
That's
Yeah,
why
yeah,
my
yeah.
dog, my pets always get Dutch names.
I know. Well, I have to be fair. Like, it probably wasn't my first choice in name, but it's growing on me. It's growing on me. We can call him Gus for short.
That's very cute. Okay, on to the second question. So travel while you can, is that framing doing us a disservice? Example, younger travelers are being told to slow down. Older travelers get travel while you can urgency. What's going on there and which script is serving us better?
You go, Deborah. I have to think about that one.
Never get the urgency of travel because I don't travel with any urgency. I don't feel like I need to see something. I need to be somewhere by a certain time. I need to see everything. Sometimes, we'll be sitting on a lounge and Michael and I'll go, oh, we haven't been here before, have we? Let's go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we've always been that way. I don't think we've ever had an urgency that, got to go here, got to go see that, got to be here, I couldn't travel that way. That's not enjoyable. Not to me.
Oh, yeah. Go, Joe.
I was just going to say that I would say the same thing. Like, there was many years where, we had younger kids that travel was just not a priority, mortgages and,
Yeah.
like I traveled a
School
lot in my
fees.
youth. Yeah, in my youth before
Yeah.
I got married. Like, I actually lived abroad in Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates and was doing my midwifery there. And so I did lots of travel when I was young, lived in the UK for, in Scotland for a couple of years, etc. Yeah, I just sort of think when we got married and had children, it just became very, very low down on the priority schedule. And we didn't really have the money for it, to be honest. And I was very lucky and fortunate that my family would organise holidays twice a year, and we just went locally, to
Nice.
Wilson's Prom or South Australia, where I'm from. And that was the same for maybe 10, 15 years. We'd go on an occasional trip to Scotland to see my husband's family, but that was about it. And it really wasn't until we became expats, probably about 10 years ago, that we did a lot more travel through Asia and Europe, etc. So I did do the backpacking when I was in my early 20s.
Yes.
I lived in a couple of different places, but really once I got married and had children, there was a good 15 years we didn't travel because it wasn't a priority.
Yes.
And now what I would say is it's a priority because we want to do it. And where we, at the moment, my husband's still working, so we don't really have the holidays and the time. But once he retires, we definitely will do a little bit of travel. But to be honest, when you've done so much travel in the last 10 years, I don't know about you, but I'm quite happy to sit put, for a bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would say it's something that I love to do, really love to do, but it's probably not a priority at certain times in your life. Yeah.
I've got a completely different stance. My problem is that I wanted to see the whole world before my children have their own children because I know I don't want to do it then. So I'm like, I want to see the whole world in a few years. I'm hoping it's like 10 years, but I don't know. Who knows with the kids, right? So I feel like I want to see. Like my problem is it's not that I want to go to a place and want to see 1,000 things. Biggest problem is I want to see the whole world today. Do you know what I mean? Like I want to go. I want there to be so much time that I can, spend a whole month, which is what I've been doing. Actually, I've been spending a whole month in places rather than a week or two, and so that has been very rewarding. Like I did a whole month in Canada.
I know traditionally that's been on my bucket list is like, when you're saying about travel, but I mean, on my bucket list traditionally, and I might get there again. I don't know if it's just this whole move home and it's just been a bit exhausting, etc. But I just feel like on my bucket list, it was always to go and live somewhere, to do that whole thing of get an Airbnb in a little village in France or Italy or somewhere like that and actually just that was our plan for the first
Mm.
probably 10 years of our retirement, which will be in maybe 2 or 3 years' time. And I'm sure I'll get there again, but just at the minute, I think you go through phases, don't you?
Yeah.
Just at the minute, my love of travel has probably waned a bit just because I've sort of overdosed a bit in the last couple of years. But
Yeah.
I'm sure it will come back because it is within me. It very much is within me, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, because I understand what you mean. Like sometimes, because you've just moved home, it's not like,
Just moved
you
home, like
know,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
6 months ago. So we've established a house. You know, I've got myself a little casual job. I've got my little puppy. And so
yeah,
I feel like this is my nesting kind of period. So I
Yeah.
am in a different phase, I think. But I think it will come back again. Yeah, because I've always loved travel. I lived overseas when I was 11 or 12 with my family when my dad worked in London. So for
I
a
didn't
year.
know that.
Yeah, so I feel like I went to school in England and everything for a year, and I think like my love of travel, and my kids have both got a love of travel. We've just always loved it, so it will come back. I know it will come back. It's just
Yeah,
not quite there at the minute, you know. Yeah,
yeah, that makes sense.
I'm just chasing my puppy because he's gone up in the wrong area. Wait a minute, come here. Yeah,
And it's just different life stages. We go through different life stages and travel will change.
Yeah,
yes,
it is.
exactly.
I always say I always kind of go away and then I cannot wait to get back and be in my own bed and choose my own clothes out of my wardrobe
And not have to
and
keep
get my own
packing a bag.
shower. Yeah, I do love that when I
Yeah.
come home. But for me, and I don't know if it's where I am in my life at the moment, but I'm home 2 weeks and I'm like, it's
I get
time.
itchy. This is the
It's
longest
time.
Yeah,
I've been home, and I'm very
Yeah.
itchy at the moment. So I'm trying to find excuses to go somewhere.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I know. Like although at the moment for me, it's just the longest I've been in Australia for ages. So I've been here like since Easter. What's that? A month. I've been
Thought
here a
you'd been
month.
back in between. You haven't been back.
No, I've been here a month and I fly out on Monday. I'm not looking forward to it because it's not a holiday. It's
No.
I'm moving to Hong Kong
Yeah.
and then I'm off to the States for a month. So that I'm actually excited about that because I'm in the planning period of it and I'm really enjoying it.
And what are you doing in the United States, Paula?
I'm going to a conference, a women's international travel conference, and then I'm
Oh.
off to
Where's that at?
Maine. So that's in Chattanooga. And then I'm off to Maine. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm doing a 7-day charter.
That looks beautiful. I'd love to see that one day.
Yeah. So that. And then I'm down doing Route 66 with Calm. You know, everyone knows Calm. She was on my episode with about Mexico. So yeah, so we're doing Route 66 from where she's moved to down to Chicago. And then I'm trying really hard. I know this is like one side of America to the next.
It's a very big country, Paula.
Yeah, and I'm supposed to be going to Jersey to visit some friends, but I'm not sure if I can because this Maine one wasn't going to be there, but it's just slipped in. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it, but yeah, I'm doing that. I'm really excited. I haven't been to the US since before COVID, so exciting.
Oh, that's amazing.
So the last question I have for you is 9 in 10 Americans now say they prefer quiet destinations over the big name hotspots, which we discussed before. Is there a famous place you tell women our age to skip and where would you send them instead?
Women our age. Well, I think what we've discussed is like big cities. I think maybe we'll just stick to that. Like unless you really need to go to Paris to see the Eiffel Tower, or the Louvre to see something or whatever, but maybe you go on a guided tour for 3 days. I suppose that's the other thing I could talk about a bit is in my youth, I never did guided tours, never.
No.
As I'm getting a bit older, we've worked out the only way to travel, because, you've got someone who's organised all your accommodation or your transfers or your flights or your
I agree.
tours. And basically you could probably go to Paris for 2 days on a tour or something and feel quite safe and enjoy it. But then why not get into the countryside and just enjoy like sitting in a little piazza or, they've still got beautiful museums in the smaller towns in those European countries. Yeah. I suppose the other thing, I'm talking a bit about Europe just because that's where we're sort of going a lot more recently. Asia itself, there's nowhere really in Asia I'd say not to go. I think Vietnam is a great place to go for anybody. I know a lot of friends who've gone to Vietnam recently. It's cheap, it's safe, it's easy to get around. The food is amazing. Yeah, most people would love going to Vietnam. So that's what I would say.
What about you?
It's hard, right? Because I feel like everyone travels for a different reason. I feel like it's very personal reason why you travel. So it's hard to dissuade someone if they've decided to go somewhere. I would offer advice if I had been there, so, like Joe says, if you can stay maybe outside the city of Paris and go stay, somewhere down south or up north in the Champagne region, or, go onto the coast in Brittany and then go into Paris for a day trip. But other than that, I'd find it hard to dissuade anyone from travel. Is very personal, and
it is very
you should
personal,
choose and do what you want to do. Which is why we're enjoying this stage of life, right? Because we can do what we want to do now.
Yeah. Like there's an example, I suppose, with Morocco is that a lot of people wouldn't go to Morocco because they feel it's unsafe. And that's why I went on a tour, and I felt completely safe on the tour I was in, and the guides were amazing. And that's like with Paula, like, I mean, if you do it with a tour, it is perfectly safe. But as a single woman going to her own, I probably wouldn't advise that. But
I did it.
I know. I've been to Morocco twice, and I would go back again tomorrow if I could. But I probably wouldn't want to go on my own.
But if we've got travel smarts, like we're travelers, we've got travel smarts. If you don't have travel smarts, then no, a country like that is probably not recommended on your own.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that, Joe, because I would have said, not that I say skip Marrakesh because it's amazing.
Yeah.
But I would highly recommend just going, like, just for a day or so and heading down out to the Sahara Desert and staying there. Like, I stayed 3 nights in a place that was almost pretty much off the grid, and it was the best trip I've ever had in my life. It was looking at the stars. It was, going for a picnic in the desert with ostriches. It was learning the culture and sitting by a campfire. It was surreal, and it outweighs anything I've ever done before because it's not just unique, but it's just so quiet out there. Yeah.
I would say the same. Like, I love Marrakesh because, as we all know, I love shopping. So Marrakesh is shopping, and I did love that. But I would 100% agree. Go to the smaller places. Go a bit out the way. Go and stay in. We stayed in an amazing, like little boutique hotel, and that guy used to be a chef in like New York, and he's opened up this hotel, and it's all like farm to table type thing. He's got, so you can walk amongst all his vegetables in the garden, and you're literally in this little village where there's like mountains and river beds, and you can like walk around. Yeah, it was fantastic, like very magical. Yeah, it's a great place to go.
It is at any age. I think it's just absolutely magical. And I cannot wait to get back there because I'm going again in September with a group of women. So it's going to be very different, but it's equally, I think it's going to be amazing.
Amazing.
Do you have anything else you'd like to add before we jump off?
No, not really. I think we're all good. Yeah.
Yep.
No, just enjoy where you go.
Yeah,
definitely. Enjoy it. Because as Joe mentioned before, especially at the moment, it's horrifically expensive at the moment to travel. So, never take it for granted.
Yeah.
Yes,
exactly. I think COVID taught us that.
Yeah, and immerse yourself. Like,
I
can be in a place for a couple of hours and still, feel like I've seen the place if I see the place.
Yeah.
Just immerse yourself where you can.
I like that. Immerse yourself where you can. So thank you so much for coming on. I really, 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 really appreciate it. I know you're both very busy. So until next time, safe travels and I'll see you later.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you for joining me on the Truly Expat Travel Podcast. If you liked this episode and you found it valuable, then why don't you go ahead and like and subscribe so that you don't miss an episode moving forward. I've got some amazing guests and some fantastic destinations coming up. But if this is the episode and this is the destination that you really want to go to, then I suggest you head over to trulyexpattravel.com where you'll find travel guides and deep dive into this sort of destination. If that's not what you want and you can't find an episode that is a destination you want to travel to, then head over and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok because I'm pretty sure you'll find something there. In the meantime, safe travels, and I'll see you next week.